Hi guys, hope you're all well and welcome back to the channel. I've got something really exciting to announce, that I've actually become in possession of a Leica M2. This is from 1965. It's the version that doesn't have the self-timer, which is exactly what I wanted, and I cannot be any more just like ecstatic, thrilled. I'm just so excited to have this camera because I've wanted one for a very, very long time. So I've basically, as some of you know or may not know, I use my Leica M, which is basically a Leica M9 without the basically without the frame line selector and the USB port. And I absolutely love this. This company's got a 21 TT Artisan lens on, 1.5. With the optical finder. Absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love shooting this for, you know, street photography. I love going around just doing sort of like just basically photographing life and anything else that I see it, mainly in black and white. You'll know that I'm also like going down this road. Should I have got a monochrome camera, etc. And I was looking at possibly buying a Leica monochrome. However, and luckily for me, this lovely 1965 M2 came up for sale on eBay. It was a brilliant price. The seller was absolutely fantastic. You know, it's seen a little bit of life, I'm not going to lie. It's not an absolutely mint example. It's got a little ding here on the side. It's got a little bit of wear, you know, where the strap lugs have been rubbing against it in bits and pieces like that. But honestly, this lens is this camera is just absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. Yes, okay, it has that really odd rewind thing where I can do it now because I don't have any film in it at the moment, where you basically have a spool that you have to put your film on, and then you have to do your film and that and slot it in at the same time. So it doesn't have like the rapid load system of like the Leica M6 or the Leica MP or anything like that. Hang on, I'm having trouble getting this on. There we go. You know, or like that. So so it doesn't have that. However, I mean, I've shot a roll through it the other day, just a test roll. I was stuck inside, couldn't believe it. It was absolutely rubbish weather, and I had to shoot a roll, and I'm showing you photos of this now. I used my basically my darkroom bag that I've shown in other videos, and I absolutely loved it. I had a problem putting the film onto the spool, my Patterson spool, and anyway, I had to basically snap the film in it to get it off because I just made a right mess. But I made a right mess. The film was in two halves. I did it, I developed it, and the images came out. These images are nothing to write home about. They're nothing absolutely fantastic or glorious. They're just for me to basically prove that the camera worked like the seller said it did, and just for my own peace of mind. And do you know what? I had so much fun with this camera shooting it. I was shooting roughly about 125th of a second, well, between a 30th and 125th of a second, between f1.4 to about 2.8. Like I said, I was in the house or just outside the house in the garden, like in foggy rain. It was just absolutely horrible. But I really enjoy using this. It's absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to take it out and do street work with it and just landscape and just absolutely everything. I really can't wait. What can I really say about it? I mean, it is obviously, again, like I mentioned probably the third time now, it is a 1965 Leica M2. It does not have the timer on it, which I didn't really want. What I was ideally looking for in a Leica M2 was something that had been used a little bit, so it wasn't absolutely pristine because of budget, and I didn't want the timer. And I was kind of debating whether I wanted a button rewind or the normal flip, like the little lever. I saw this, it came up for a great price, and I just basically couldn't say no. And then it got me thinking, could I just shoot black and white film with this all the time? And you know, this is the honeymoon phase. I've literally shot a roll through it. I have to shoot, you know, 300 or 400 rolls through it, I imagine, before I can really decide if this is going to be just my film camera that I can use for black and white all the time. And then maybe for digital work, I can use my Leica M for colour and some black and white stuff when I fancy doing black and white on this. I don't really know, but as you can see, they're both pretty similar in the sense that the Leica M is slightly taller, only not by much, but slightly taller, and they're roughly the same size. I mean, you know, it's Leica at the end of the day. These things are pretty, you know, pretty much the same since they've been built. And do you know what? I'm absolutely ecstatic that I've got this camera. I really am. Most of you know that I predominantly shoot 50mm, and everyone says that if you shoot 50mm, you should get the M3. I was looking at M3s, but me personally, this is quite a you know, this is going to throw a lot of people off in the sense of I don't like the M3. I think it's an ugly camera. There we go. I've said it. I know a lot of people absolutely love the M3, and you know, by all means you're allowed your opinion. I just don't like the look of it. I loved the Leica MA when I reviewed it on the channel, and that's roughly, it basically just looks exactly like an M2, rather than instead of the manual frame selector here that you have to reset every single time, which is completely fine. I have no problem with that at all. It has the built-in one, like the M6 and various others, and it, like I said before, it has the rapid. No, sorry, did it have? Yes, it did. It had the rapid reload, but it didn't. But it had this. It had the spool. You know, the actual wind knob rather than the fast rewind. I love this camera. I know I've literally only had it for like, well, not even a week, but I just wanted to do a quick update to say I've got another Leica camera, and it's an M2, and I've always wanted an M2 ever since I got my ME and I like joined the Leica family. I've always wanted a Leica film body that I can share lenses with and just have a system, and I'm just absolutely ecstatic. And like I said, I know the photos aren't brilliant, but it just goes to show that actually my film photography, I really want to push it in 2024. I really want to take it to different places that I, you know, haven't gone before, basically. And just having this now, and I know it sounds stupid, but having this now, I personally think that it is going to take off. I absolutely love the fully mechanical feel. I've always wanted a fully mechanical camera. You guys know when I had the Fujica 6x9, that was a rangefinder, absolutely massive negatives out of that 6x9 negatives, and I loved it because it was a fully mechanical camera. And this is what I wanted in my next purchase, a fully mechanical camera that will never go wrong and has stood the test of time. You know, this has been used, you know, since 1965, and it is not missed a beat. It is absolutely fantastic. The shutter speeds are brilliant. The viewfinder on this is absolutely fantastic. That's one thing that I've got to say that actually makes my Leica M, my digital M, M9, absolutely, like, it just feels a bit clunky, is that it has the group frame lines on this, where the M2, you have your 35, your 50 and your 90mm frame lines. And if you put a 30 or 50 or a 90 on, only that frame line will show up. So at the minute I've currently got my 50 1.4 on, and it is absolutely glorious. It's contrasty, it's bright, it's just absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. But anyway guys, I'm going to stop rambling on because this video is probably longer, you know, too long as it should be. But I want to also say thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown the channel recently, especially on the film photography side. It really does mean a lot. Out of curiosity, for those who are thinking what developer I've used for these films, it was actually my old Bellini monobath. And I had a little bright idea and thought, I wonder if my chemical wasn't up to temperature when I developed. So I made sure that I actually put it in a warm, basically the washing up bowl. So hopefully the wife doesn't see this, but I basically put it in the washing up bowl, filled the hot tap on and let it warm up. Because I do keep my chemicals in the garage, just because I think it's a safety thing, etc., just to put them there. And I thought maybe it was too cold the last time I developed, hence why I was getting like that underdeveloping and that like cloudiness over the on the Agfa APX 100 film. The test roll was shot on Agfa APX 400. And I think it's come out really well, so I might give that film another go. But as you'll probably hear from other videos, I'm also going to see if either Ilford FP4 or HP5 will be my bulk loading film of choice. But anyway, that's for another video. Thank you so much for all the love and support, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Also, just quickly, I know this is the end of the video, but just listen to this. Oh, isn't that absolutely glorious? I love it. Absolutely love it.